Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
Yes, I do like that.
All
In
right,
fact,
we're rolling.
we are.
Welcome to the Brown Bricks Podcast, the most amount of fun you can have while listening to a podcast. Email us at brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Please, we only get comments on our YouTube channel.
And we don't even get very many of those.
We want more questions.
Most of them are people being... The most recent one was somebody just said, Doug Walker's one of the nicest men I've ever met. He even commented, or he even sent something to me when I asked him to like cameo in one of my videos, and that was it. And it was on the one Doug Walker video where we call him a rapist.
We should ask Doug Walker to cameo in one of our pods.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't know anything about it.
Well, it's like, prove these lies wrong.
Just lie. Don't tell him the podcast, because if on the off chance he looked it up before he agreed, he might, find something like Doug Walker's a rapist, that shirt.
Yeah, the one.
Our most popular.
Yeah, most popular thing.
Any sort of shit where he'd be like, I'll play it safe and not associate myself with that, but just be like, hey, we want to get started doing movie. Just lie.
Yeah, we want to get started
doing.
I love the idea. It's like we want to get started doing movie reviews.
We want to do angry reviews.
Do like a live cameo with us, and so he thinks.
Too.
Why would you give Gremlins 2 an angry review?
I don't know, because that's just some Doug Walker shit. Because he has shit taste in movies.
Yeah,
he probably hates.
He would
that
hate
movie.
Gremlins too, like an idiot. But he
Fucking loser.
He loves.
So
feet.
we do the thing where
Happy
it's like,
Feet Bops.
can you get on a call with us, and then we'll like record you doing your thing, and then it'll be like that's gonna be our cameo, or we'll talk about it, and then he gets on the call. And it's just a podcast, and we're like, why did you rape all those kids, Doug Walker? And he's like, I don't want to do
This
this
is an
anymore.
invention.
I feel like he'd back out pretty
Probably
quick.
just end the call.
Yeah, but it would
Too
say
aggro.
that would say so much, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
That
that
would really
say a
prove-
lot. If he didn't do it, why'd he run away?
Why'd he not confront these allegations?
There's something really funny about like whenever anyone is just like, well, why did they run away? And it's like, I don't know, man, because you were like harassing.
And then if he doesn't run away, if he goes, no, I did do that, we go, oh, so you're a rapist and a liar?
Yeah,
It's really a catch-22. You
We've
can't
got-
escape from.
We've got you in checkmate, Doug Walker.
We have a lot of enemies on this pod that are totally unaware of us.
But we're springing the trap now.
One of these days, one of these people is going to catch wind that they're our mortal enemy and that we're just spreading lies about them. And
I want to go back to the days
that'll be a lot of fun.
where people had their own. Everybody had their own website.
Oh,
You'd be
yeah,
like a
like a
random
GeoCities
fucking
thing?
random asshole on the internet. It's like, this is my page. Welcome to my page, and they have like a bunch of 3D graphics spinning around on their page.
Let's make a badass page for this podcast with like naked chicks and sports cars.
Oh, I like that.
Explosions.
Skeletons on fire.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
you gotta have a skeleton.
Do they
Yeah.
interact with do they interface with the naked chicks at all?
Sure,
or is
yeah.
it like a...
That sounds like
I
a
mean,
lot of work.
Well, they can just be
I was
like
kind of
laid on top.
I was just
kind of
thinking like pretty poorly compressed, like JPEGs, just kind of scattered around.
Anything above 240p
Oh,
doesn't make
you weren't gonna go for like a little 3D animation.
We could do that,
Yeah,
but as
go.
long as it's badly compressed.
Yeah, as long as it is a GIF of a 3D animation. It can't be the actual
that
3D.
doesn't have a transparent background.
Yeah, of course.
Or it does, but like it was kind of keyframe or like, poorly. Somebody used the magic wand tool frame by frame. It's all fuzzy around the
Yeah,
edges.
so there's just like individual like pieces of like a weirdly pink outline around the skeleton. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this plan. Yeah, and then but how do we get people to go to the website?
Well, that's the tough thing. That's why
Yeah.
nobody does that anymore.
Because
there's no way to find it.
Well, because people used to like search out websites before, or there was
Yeah.
like places that would be like website like kind
Yeah,
of
a hub.
repositories. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then now it's just everything's on YouTube, Spotify.
I guess you could like put it on your Facebook page, and people would have to know you.
Oh, imagine if we put our website on, like, so, like, not even like a Twitter or an Instagram, like Facebook. So, like, my grandma is clicking on the Brown Bricks website that just has our podcasts embedded. It's like pedophile, the Doug Walker, and then it just has a bunch of flaming skeletons.
Yeah.
That'd be. But what are you talking?
Yeah.
That is bad.
I was gonna say, like, we were doing a bit of social media now, right? Just like posting clips to like
Yeah.
TikTok and YouTube and shit. But I was saying, like, what if we could get on all the social media, but we cater each one and it's not even necessarily that related to our podcast, right? So like on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, we could do like
Real,
I don't know,
real
like
boomer
conspiracy
memes.
theory
Ooh,
shit, and, some
yeah.
boomer
And then we
shit.
just drop the podcast. in.
Twitter, we could just do like hot and pull takes that are like incomprehensible to anyone of any political
and
leaning.
like reposting memes
Yeah.
and just like being like one of those weird pages that just like repost memes all the time.
Mhm.
yeah.
And then on Instagram,
And then they eventually, look more into it and they're like, oh, they have a podcast.
What's that about? Oh, nothing to do with anything.
that's
that
the
they're-
podcast. They look at it.
But we would get some viewers.
we get
That's
some
true.
engagement, yeah.
We just have
That sounds like a lot of work.
no.
we
I like
we can go on to like Craigslist and pretend to be selling stuff, but then it's like a switcheroo. It's all of a sudden just a link, a plug for a pod.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Spotify link. It's just like here's I posted the address to this address, and then you click on it, and it's a link to
We leave an address for them to come pick up a free piece of furniture, but when they get there, it's just a flyer for our
a
podcast.
flyer. No, it's
Saying like, haha, JK, sorry. Please listen.
It's a like jukebox, but we have all our podcasts on tape.
Jukebox.
Yeah.
We have a carton of our podcasts, and they're all on tape.
Yeah, we do some drop shipping, but we include links to our podcast and everything.
Or
Little
like
USB sticks with their podcast is down.
Already
So,
downloaded. That doesn't give
yeah.
us any views.
no, we make it.
Yeah, but
we have
then,
like a
then they go, where can I hear more of this?
no, we have a malicious thing in the USB stick, and when you stick it in, it auto downloads all the episodes,
Oh,
and
shit.
your computer won't stop playing them unless you subscribe to the Brown Bricks podcast.
Yeah.
It's but I like the idea. So whenever you get like a pin or something, or like something where it's like an Etsy store, they'll always be like, hey, tag me on social media with you having bought this, and then I'll retweet you. And I like the idea of us doing that for like a cute Etsy store, and then people start tagging us, and they're like, why'd you tag those guys? I was like, what? And then they go to our page, and then they're like, what the fuck?
Wait a second.
This is not about.
What would we sell on Etsy?
Well, it has to be like geared to. We'd sell like. Yeah, have you seen all those women doing the thing where they have like the Starbucks cups and they'll like personalize and bedazzle Starbucks cups?
Yeah.
We'll sell those.
Why do you have to specify women, huh?
Well,
Men like Starbucks cups that are
Do they like
bedazzled.
bedazzled
Do they?
Starbucks cups.
How many men?
I mean, less, certainly, but
If
Many
there,
men.
if there are more than 10 men who have bought that, I will.
you are
fucking
not
die.
accounting for like stereotypically gay men
That's true.
who like
yeah.
Starbucks.
I wasn't
Probably
factoring
at
them in
least
my census.
10 million men who have
I
those.
guarantee
That's-
it. I fucking guarantee that it's
In
at
America
least that many.
alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right. I was completely off base with my Starbucks cups predictions.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
It's okay.
Yeah,
We're
because
here
you
to
guys
keep you in
already
check.
sell them. Because you guys already sell
Yeah.
them to mostly gay men.
I've sold 15 million of them, and 10 million of those were to men, believe it or not.
I won't.
Only
I'll
5
not
million.
believe.
Yeah, that's a good call.
You used it as a way to pick up chicks, but turns out
Yeah.
it's not.
3% of America's population is a gay man with a Starbucks bedazzled cup.
And you guys are the main distributors.
Yeah.
You're
we're the kingpins.
You're running the shop. That's why you guys go downtown and then just bedazzle stuff. I thought you guys worked at a bar,
It's true.
but
Wow.
instead you guys just
You can have
bedazzle
two
stuff.
jobs. That's
Yeah.
the thing. That's what's
That's
fucked
that's
up about America's economy is you can sell 15 million bedazzled Starbucks
And you
cups,
still gotta
and you
hustle.
still need a second job to make rent.
Yeah, I love rags to riches. Like, it would be like a Google CEO. Like, we're at the point in the economy where has to get a second job as well. And it's like the Google CEO, instead of spending time with his family, once he gets off work, goes and works at McDonald's.
He moonlights as a McDonald's manager.
Yeah.
You just go to Burger King. You see Fauci there. Are you? He's like, yeah, I am. What can I get you?
Yeah, what do you?
I don't need to go through this again today.
Tim Apple.
That's
He's working at a.
yeah. Tim's working on
an
the
Office
fryers in
Max.
the back. Oh, an Office Max.
Yeah.
He's like,
I kept saying no one wants to work, and then I realized
I'm the one.
I
who
can
didn't
be
want
the
to work.
worker.
yeah,
I will work at Burger King.
Oh,
that's
shit.
those.
If only CEOs actually had any work ethic, that'd be
I wish jobs were like a
incredible.
curse where, because you know how everybody's just like, or like old people specifically are like, I could get back there and do your job for you. I remember my grandma was talking to a person behind a counter and she was like, I could get back there and do your job faster than you could. And I wanted,
Grandma.
in that moment, I wanted her to like, it was like a curse where it would just transfer over to her and then she would be in the Starbucks stuff and it would just be like, you got to show up at 9 tomorrow, and she's like, I don't want to be Starbucks man anymore.
Well,
You
you
ever-
ever job, you die.
You ever have the experience where you go to like a grocery store or a gas station or something and the cashier there is an older person and they're like, you know, they're like being like, oh, I'll give them really good service. I'll be really nice and start a chat with them. But they just don't understand, like, I'm just trying to pay for this as fast as possible
Yeah.
and go. So I feel bad. So I'm like, oh, yeah, my day's been good. And they're just like, they haven't even started scanning my shit yet.
Yeah, and
There's
you-
5 people behind me. It's like, come on.
I actually hate that way more, where it's like, what? I'm not tipping you.
This
I'm
isn't
not.
the 1940s, bitch.
This isn't a
Move it along.
general store in a cowboy town.
Yeah.
And like you have to know a vibe, because like if there's like no one in there and it's like an old guy and you do that, it's like he's gonna love it for sure. But like if you do it when there's like 5 people and it's like a it's like a 20-year-old who's like just trying to get their shit and get out of there, it's pretty obvious. Like you
pick
can
your
pick up-
audience.
yeah, you can pick up that vibe very easily, especially if you've been
Old
working
people
there.
have never picked up a vibe in their fucking life.
That's true.
Because
Yeah.
they can't see, their eyes are too
Yeah.
blurry.
Yeah, or
just pick
smell.
up on body language.
Is old people's sense of smell bad as well?
Probably.
I wonder if you could just turn on.
But
the
like,
gas.
what are you gonna complain about that when you got all the other shit you have going on being
No.
old? Are you gonna be like, and my sense of smell is gone? No, like you're at
I've
least you're
gone
worried.
smell
Yeah, we
blind.
can tell, Grandma, you shit yourself.
Yeah, because I can tell you
No.
smell like shit.
I was just saying, if you wanted to like weed out an old person, you could just turn on the gas and then just let them rock, because they wouldn't be able to like be like, huh, something's weird. I'm just lightheaded.
I think people have tried that, and you definitely get found out that you did that.
No, but or they could. do
You
that.
only hear about the ones where they get found out, though.
Yeah,
The best
yeah,
murder method is
Yeah.
the one we don't know about yet.
yeah. The
True.
best, the
That's
best
what's so
murder method
scary.
is the one that just seemed like natural causes. I don't know. I remember I was only thinking about turning on the stove because I
To
just
kill
transferred up. No, I was transferring up all my Pokemon from Pokemon X, and I remember while I was trying to train an Eevee, and I evolved my Eevee into a Sylveon. I was training it. My parents come back in. They're like, "Why does it smell like gas?" Apparently, I'd been
Oh my
running the
God.
gas stove for like 3 hours.
Oh, that's
so
bad.
It was
That's
like
a
to
long
the point.
time.
Yeah, it was to the point where it was like it smelled pungently of gas.
Oh
But I
my
was-
Didn't even
I was
notice.
so focused on training up my Eevee to a Sylveon.
Your brain
I was
cells.
like, yeah, I was like, because I was
Fucking
like,
die.
oh, yeah,
Jack
I do
just thought
feel-
the wooziness was just his brain deteriorating from the grind.
Yeah, well, I did remember specifically getting like slightly more angry than I should have at that Eevee. I was like, why am I so frustrated?
But
with
you
this right now?
also just like you get in moods where you just get mad
Yeah, that's
about
true.
shit. So I wouldn't have thought twice about it if I walked in and let's say didn't smell the gas,
Yeah,
and saw you getting pissed,
Yeah.
playing Pokemon, I'd be like, yeah, there's Jack.
That's just Jack in a mood, and then you sniff, and you're like, "Oh, he's about
Ooh.
to die. He's about to die with his
He's in gaso
little
mode.
boy lungs." Yeah,
Do you think, like, if a guy married an old woman who had a lot of money and he was in it for the money, do you think once he finally, tied the knot, got married to her, he'd start fucking her harder, just hoping she'd die?
going real
I
hard.
think that's manslaughter.
Well, that's the thing, though. It'd be hard to prove. It's like we're having sex like we're normally doing. She's old.
No. He wouldn't be going harder. He would try to convince her to go into like do like the He would try to convince her to be like masochist, and he's like, "Oh, I'm like a sub, you're like a dom," and so she would be trying to like do all this strenuous activity by like
yeah.
stringing him up and like like hitting him with stuff,
And she
would
strings
just
you up and has a
she's
heart
like-
attack.
Yeah,
So
she's
you're
like,
just tied up.
This is hard. It's like keep going.
yeah, keep going. I'm not coming yet. And then
fuck my ass harder.
And then,
Yeah.
then that's so much easier to explain to the cops because then it was like,
Yeah.
no, look,
The cops are going to walk in on a guy stuck in bondage rope who managed to crawl his way to the phone and call 911, and they're going to say, "Oh, this is suspicious." No,
they're just
he's
like
in the clear.
Yeah.
No, I think that's the best. That's the perfect crime.
That's the perfect crime.
That's the ideal, end result of that
Yeah.
relationship.
Yeah, it's so perfect. I would be suspicious if I saw it.
This is a real Knives Out mystery.
Yeah, it really is.
That should be the next Knives
real-
Did you guys watch Knives Out too?
No,
I did. I thought it was okay.
It was okay.
It wasn't as good as the first one.
Yeah, it
but
was fine.
okay.
It was interesting. It was definitely very pointed at
The
Elon
twist
Musk.
was like that there wasn't a twist,
Yeah.
which I didn't like.
It was trying to be like, oh, well, it seems like a guy who's read like 400 Agatha Christie novels, and he was like, whoa, I'm going to try to like subvert these things. And then it was like, well, the people who are watching this movie have only seen Knives Out, and they're like, I want to watch another Knives Out. And he's like, I'm going to subvert.
Yeah, the whole thing is like, it's setting you up to not expect the guy who's obvious, because the first one had a big twist, so this one's gonna have a big twist too.
Yeah.
But then it's like, no, but it was.
And then it's
like,
obvious,
oh, okay.
but in like an unobvious way.
I wish they played it more straight with the mystery, where there like was an actual mystery, and like they're trying to figure out.
You do go to a mystery movie to.
It did not
a mystery,
satisfy my
yeah.
mystery craving. Of
It was quirky.
finding clues and slowly revealing information.
Yeah.
It like did that, and then that was
Rian
all a farce.
Johnson.
It did that, and then
He can't land a sequel.
yeah, he really can't.
It's trying to be too clever for its own good.
It was weird when the Star Wars people came out,
Mm-hmm.
but only the racist ones.
Which ones are
What are we
the
talking?
the Jawas.
Most of them.
the Jawas?
The
Oh, I
Jawas.
thought you meant the fans.
Yeah, there's like some Star Wars characters in the movie, or
Yeah.
like fan characters that are like, I fucking hate that they had the black guy stormtrooper in Star Wars. You're like, Rian Johnson, this is a bit too on the nose for a character.
There really is no fucking like more pathetic thing than being like a multi-millionaire making movies and then having to incorporate a sad fanboy into your movies to like critique the people who critiqued your own movies. And I'm like, because they're like, oh, they're all basement dwelling losers, and it's like, yeah, but
you wrote
there's a large amount of your psyche that's devoted.
So don't take the job. Although there is something I respect about like Star Wars being like, hey, you want astronomical fuck ton of money for a paycheck for doing a Star Wars movie? He's like, I don't even like Star Wars. Okay.
Shit's
but like,
I respect it. If someone offered me a fuck ton of movies to make something for a series, a fuck ton of money to make something I hated, I'd do it. And I'd be bitter about it the whole time. Be like, fuck you.
yeah,
Give me
well,
my money.
his initial, I think The Last Jedi was fun because it was so like, fuck you, but it was like no one even knew who Rian Johnson. For all anyone else knew, they were like, this is gonna be awesome, and then it just like shat in the face.
Oh
of
yeah,
Star
no, it
Wars
sucks
fans.
for anyone who was like excited for the sequel trilogy.
No, but that's what I like about it is because it's like, but if you do have that kind of like baggage going in, like I know I watched like something with the Velma thing, and they already have like a fanboy character who's like, this isn't accurate to the comics, or like this isn't accurate to the original TV show, and I'm like, so like it's different if
That's
you're trying to.
that's what I respect that though. If they were like, fuck this, we don't want to make this show.
I don't think Mindy Kaling was like, fuck this, I don't.
That's
wanna
why.
make this.
That's
think
why
she
it
might have
confuses me. If she did feel that way, I respect it. If she actually thought that that'd be entertaining, I don't understand.
Yeah, I respect it. I guess I don't know. I guess I can respect things from a film without having been entertained.
I just
or
respect
enjoy them.
people spitefully making money.
I do like spite. I do like
I'm
spite.
a big fan of spite.
This is the year of spite.
Yeah,
I
speaking
feel.
of spite,
The year the smile is over. It's now the year.
Yeah,
of
it's
spite.
now the year of spite.
people are saying they're in their villain era now, which is terrifying.
People have been
what do
saying
you-
that for a
Women-
while.
Yeah.
No, but like
That's what like something people say about like celebrities and like pop stars and
Yeah,
shit.
but-
people refer
but-
to themselves in that way too.
But now everyone on TikTok's like, I'm in my villain era.
Well,
Yeah.
well, that's just going to be popular for like a month, and then they're going to move on. To
No, what if
they're-
that's the part of their plan?
Oh,
I'm taking them seriously if they're saying.
Well,
that.
what do they mean by that? Are they going to commit crimes? Are they going to?
They just want to be a bad bitch with no remorse.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, yeah, you can do that. You're not a villain.
You're
not doing evil plots.
What if they have remorse?
Look, it's just
you're just maybe an
fun.
asshole.
It's fun to say you're being a villain.
Yeah,
it's fun to say it, but you're really appropriating villain culture.
That's
I don't
true.
approve.
I want you to like dangle a kid over a train track.
You got to commit mass murder.
Yeah,
you got to be.
We need
Adolf
I'm in my
Hitler
villain era.
You got
proposing
you
the
gotta
final
be,
solution.
yeah.
I'm in my villain.
I'm in my villain.
Or even better than that. So you know how like school shooters would just go on like 8chan and like do their shit. Now it's like a bunch of women school shooters. They're like, I'm in my villain era.
I'm in my villain era.
and
Time
they're
to-
like 8 kids.
They start
killed.
gunning down children. They go slay.
Yes, queen. And then like someone on the news has to be like, well, she was in her villain era.
She was. We should have seen
new
it coming.
craze sweeping the
She
nation.
tweeted she was in her villain era, and we didn't take it seriously.
She told the cops, "I'm in my villain era. Help me."
Help me, please. I am a danger to those around me. I've become a villain.
And then all the cops are like, slay, queen.
But,
Yas, queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm in my villain era as well.
how's that?
Because so I got my car towed from where I was.
Oh, yeah.
And I pulled up to the wrong spot. I have a parking lot, and I pulled up to the wrong spot. It was dark. I'm new to that parking lot, so
And
whatever.
there was snow.
And there was snow.
So you say
But there was. I
you
swear.
couldn't have cleared it off to make sure.
It was a mistake.
It was a simple mistake.
certainly.
It was
Yeah.
like something where I was like, my bad, but then like it got towed, and the person whose spot I was in had it was 2 spots away from me, so he knew where my car. He has to know because my car's parked there.
He
when
might
his car's,
not, though.
He might
because,
not.
like,
He
when,
might
not
not.
everybody. Pays
when I'm
attention.
carpooling like down to work with Liam will see a car. I'll be like, oh, that's so and so's car. That's so and so car. I guess they're here, and like I don't take note of that at all. I'm like blind to it.
Okay, yeah.
So some people just don't pick up on that shit.
Either way, it's my fault, but.
You think they
There's
hate
an
you now?
No, I hate them.
Oh,
Their hatred means nothing to me because like it's my fault. I fucked up, but you made me pay $203 in order to get my car back, and I had to Uber to work, and then I had to freak out about my car not being there. So I don't care who you are or how justified your reason. You're the person who did that, and I hate you.
Yeah.
So I'm in my villain era.
I don't know. Just key their car sometime.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about doing something that's like,
Much worse.
because right now I'm thinking about getting a bunch of SpaghettiOs and putting it on their windshield, and then it freezes over.
You gotta put it like up their tailpipe or something.
No, because then that's like permanent damage. I just like the idea of
okay.
like sticking out, like because then they have to like go to
You're
a
being a
mechanic.
pussy about your
Get
villain
a
arc.
bunch
Yeah,
of ground beef and collect all the fat and grease that cooks out and put that on their windshield.
Ooh, that's a good idea. So then it just like everything sticks to it, and it's
Yeah.
impossible to get off with
It's
the
like
water.
you need soap to wash that off.
Yeah.
And like what you're gonna now you have to like go and grab soap and like scrub your car that way.
I like
and you
that.
can't like drive to a car wash easily.
Yeah.
because your windshield's all greasy.
especially in like especially when it's like snowing and stuff, and there's all this shit.
Although
everywhere.
there are, I would guess, cameras around that lot.
Yeah, you just gotta make
That's
sure
my
you
whole
gotta
thing.
gotta hold the
You-
skies.
so you have to wait. You have to have a free day. Wait until they leave and follow them, and see if they go anywhere where you could pull that off more easily.
Oh, that's smart. Yeah.
And then their car is fucked up somewhere that's like not even where they live.
Yeah, so then it's just completely different.
completely random.
You could also
assault.
probably like get the tires like that, because then that would just be a quick job. It's like if they go
Or
into a Target,
You could
then
follow
just-
this man and murder him.
or just say like eye for an eye.
But you gotta like tie him up and then take his car somewhere else, and then you let him go.
Oh, I take him to the tow truck place.
you,
and
like,
then-
you take his car somewhere where he'll never find
Bro,
it.
a lot of tow truck companies, if you just call and say they're in the wrong spot here,
Yeah,
they
they'll
won't
just
check.
pick it up.
They'll
Yeah.
just take
If
his
they
car.
did, when I went to the tow truck place, Liam, the first thing that he said is like, "This should be fucking criminal." Like the way that they do their things there, because they
Yeah.
just have
no
like,
call.
well, you like go there, and it was like they barely needed like any ID. They're like, "Is that your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Cool. here, just give me $200 and you can have it. And then I was like, oh, this seems like a massive oversight. There was just a lot of shit there that was like, it was definitely more just, it feels like they're just exploiting desperate people at a certain point.
Yeah, it's a lot of towing. I mean, parking is evil in general.
Yeah.
I mean, though, the people who do the tow companies, though, like, they don't make a lot of money. That's what's fucked up about it. Like, so, like, yeah, they do shitty, weird shit, but it's like, it is a service that you do need on occasion, but then, like, you don't need it enough that they get paid a decent wage.
It has given me some empathy, because I feel like if someone's parked in my spot and it's like the first time they park in my spot, I'm going to find maybe another place to park that one time, and then I'll leave a note that says like, hey, this is my spot.
That's how you do it. That's what the guy definitely should have done. Like, to immediately, I don't know if he called the tow truck or if he got in contact with the landlord and then they called the tow truck.
There's just they actually just have
you have a thing
in
that
front.
goes around and checks.
No, they just have like a phone number that says like, hey, if someone's parking your spot, call this, and then you call it.
Oh, okay.
And then it's a tow truck.
Oh.
And it's just you. They say, oh, we'll tow you.
So yeah, they probably called it themselves.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, you know, that's like the overly nice thing to do, and they are justified in the way they're doing that. But I'm also justified in my want and need for revenge as well. Jackson, it's now your time to pick something from my list that we can talk about.
What the fuck is the Tactical X abs?
Oh, so there's this ab that's going around on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts. That is, I'll show it briefly to you guys because it's very interesting.
It's like a face hugger that you put on your abs.
So it's like a face hugger that you put on your abs, and it apparently electroshocks your abs into like becoming absolutely fucking ripped.
Yeah, there's like a lot of those electroshock like muscle trainer things.
I think
No, but that's
all
not-
don't work.
That's not the funny part. The funniest part is that I saw a guy review it, and he was like reviewing the X abs thing, and he was just fucking like very fat, and he had no muscles built. And this is clearly something where it's like burn a little bit of body fat. And like, I don't know how accurately it works. It's one of those weird things that like shocks you, but like I assume that like if you were relatively in shape before, then like it would just get you to the point that you're like toned as fuck for your abs if you dieted along with it.
I
But
just have to imagine it doesn't do shit. Like the progress thing it looked like, those guys were already built, and all it looked like was happening is that they were like losing water weight. So
Yeah,
they were more
exactly.
defined.
I would want to put, instead of one of those things, I just put a big spider on my belly and then I smash it flat.
you have to do that a lot.
Well, I only got to do it once.
Oh yeah, and then it's there.
only on date night.
Well, then I never wash the spider off.
Yeah, and the spider's just twitching, and so it's like
Oh
convulsing.
yeah. We just give a spider a seizure.
Spider
on the belly.
abs.
That'd be
A
cool.
new spider ab.
Yeah, that'd be
trend.
fucking badass.
I'd like that.
Oh, we were talking about what if you had a little crab that you had on your body and you kept him around and he would eat all like your body's detritus. He'd eat like your dead skin.
He'd
and your
clean you up.
I don't like need that in my
But you
life.
gotta
But
keep
would
him
you-
around. And you
What
have
if
him
he
in your
only did
hair
it
and
at
stuff.
night? Like he went under one of your pillows on your bed, and when you lay down on the other pillow, he'd crawl out, and you'd go to sleep. He'd clean you
Imagine
up.
inviting a girl over, and I'm like, I've got a little crab.
Yeah,
that
let me
comes-
go put my little crabs
My
around
little
so you
cleaning
don't kill him
Yeah,
when you
'cause-
lie down.
Because, you know, I don't want you to roll over on my little crab. Like, you're more worried about your little crab than her freaking out.
Well,
The fact
yeah, he's my crab.
Yeah.
Would he talk?
No,
There's no other crab in the
crab.
world that performs a service. This is a one of a kind crab.
If he ain't talking,
You know,
I don't
the woman, that's just, standard run of the mill bitch,
What are you talking to the crab about?
life.
What? The crab has nothing to offer. All the crab does is it cleans you up.
What if he has a job as well, and he just
This
comes
is his
back?
job. What the fuck?
No,
He
comes
does
back-
have a job. It's cleaning me.
It's me.
No, he's
I'm
got to
the
work
job.
2 jobs now because of the economy.
Is he
Oh,
cleaning?
And so he goes.
He literally only eats stuff off of my body. That's what he sustains.
No, he
himself.
goes and then he eats.
He has
this.
to spend the fucking, I sleep a long time. I can sleep up to 12 hours. So that's sometimes 12-hour jobs he has while I'm sleeping. And then I'm not going to let him sleep once he's done with that. He has to go work another job. If he needs to get by, I'll pay him for it.
Do crabs
I'll
sleep?
give him little crab snacks.
I don't know. Do crabs sleep?
I don't know, but he needs to like rest at least mentally.
It's chill. What if
Just
the little
hang out
crab is down
sometime.
here watching TV shows?
That's all right.
Do you talk to him about that? That's
What?
something to
He
talk
can't.
He can't talk to the
What?
crab.
Why would I talk to the
But would you
crab?
find a way? Would you find a way to talk to the crab?
I would say things.
I might
like a pet.
try to find some non-verbal communication because I'm like, if he's smart enough to do all this, like maybe if I like leave out like a Ouija board, he can crawl from letter to letter and give me messages.
And he says, "Help." What do you
Help.
do?
I would say, what do you need help with?
I did that, or I want some scientists out there to invent like a thing where it's like a little monkey that picks your hair out, but it's not really a monkey, so I don't actually have to have a monkey.
It's just some
It's just
I
like a
want-
robot.
homunculi.
It's like a robot.
Oh,
I
okay.
like how you
I thought it was an organic creation.
half of this invention is explaining it, and the other half is unexplaining what you need.
Yeah,
I
the
don't want
monkey is
it to
the
be-
basis of what you're describing to us, but it's crucial that's not a monkey.
I really have to make sure it's not. Cause I can't take care of a monkey. Can you
Yeah,
take
I'm
care
not
of a
taking.
monkey?
I could handle a crab, but a monkey, like
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
but I just
that
want.
has
I want
needs
the.
that I'm not capable.
I want
of
the
fulfilling.
feeling of its fingers going through my hair and like really picking out little things in my hair.
Have you seen those robots that'll like massage your head?
No.
No, but they're like,
I can imagine. Is it like a hand or is
yeah,
it like
they don't
a-
really pick at your hair.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm. I
That's
wanted
that's
to
not
pick
what
all the
Jackson
bugs out
wants.
of my head. I'm gonna get
I'm gonna
lice.
go roll around.
I'm gonna get
in
lice
the
on
field.
purpose just
Yeah.
to have a monkey pick the lice out of my hair.
Jackson's gonna go to a lower school and rub his head on all the kids. Be
There
like,
are-
one of them's gotta have it.
One of these fuckers has
Apparently, like everywhere in the world, there is
a louse.
no, there's like this like
There's a louse everywhere.
a louse.
There are a lot of louse.
Singular lice.
Oh, so like with there's like louse people who are like louse specialists, but they're just like people in back rooms of like tea shops, and they're like, "I'll get them out for you," and then you just sit there and they pick out all of
Oh
the
my
lice.
god, how do I do that?
What?
How do I go there?
I think they're like everywhere, but they like you have to pay them like
I
$20.
gotta,
You have
I
to
gotta
have
go to like
lice,
the back
too.
of a massage parlor and ask
Yeah.
them for the lice treatment.
I'm sure you could like look it up online, and you wouldn't have to ask the massage parlor people. I'm sure it would just tell you where to go.
That doesn't sound as fun.
That doesn't sound like very effective either.
I want like underground, like I knock
Oh, okay.
on the thing that
And you
doesn't
say,
even
"Hello?"
look like a door to a
And
business.
The other aspect of it is, does the lady eat them when she picks them out of my hair? Because if not, I don't really care
Oh,
about that.
that's
Yeah.
part of it for you.
No, that's part of it for you.
Well, they got it. I just want something to be sustained off of my waste, so I'm being like eco-friendly.
They are sustained off your waist because you pay them.
Yeah, because you pay them.
No,
And that's like when people
no, they have to want it.
they do.
What if also you fold and roll dollar bills real tiny and put those in your hair with the lice? So every once in a
that.
while they're like,
I
ooh,
like that.
Pretty
and they
good.
put it in their pocket. So they're not eating it, but they're putting it in the pocket, and that kind of mimics the eating of the
okay.
lice.
Okay.
Okay. They have to pretend like they're eating the lice for you. They're like, "Oh, yum, yum."
Yummy bug.
And then they like put them away, or they like burn
toss
them.
it in the acid.
Yeah, I do. I want a little like pile of acid.
Well,
I can just throw things in. They just
A
disappear.
hydro-
A
acid.
bad acid, yeah. You
Wouldn't
could
that
do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I could. Would you
could
guys
buy
want that?
a bucket and put some hydrochloric acid in there?
That's my acid bucket, and it's
Yeah.
just in my kitchen.
what
so
kind
it's
of
like,
bucket is rated to hold hydrochloric acid?
I don't know. I just saw the
Big
episode of Breaking Bad though, where he's like, "Go get the buckets that can hold the
Go
acid."
get the buckets that can
And
hold
he-
the acid.
And,
Jesse, go get the acid bucket.
and he's like,
Buckets for
and
the
then,
acid.
and then Jesse goes, "I'm going to use the bathtub, but the bathtub
Yeah,
doesn't work."
bathtub can't hold acid, dumbass.
Yeah, get the acid. But I like how he's like
a good
That's
so.
what happens. He
He's
has
so
to go get
yeah,
the bucket
yeah,
for the
no,
acid.
but I like how he's like uber specific about every other detail. But then, like once you get to the acid buckets, he's like, "Go get the acid."
Well, he was
buckets."
more specific in the show. He had a little instructions.
He's like, not those acid buckets, the pink ones. Pinkman.
I saw an ad the other day that was like some Breaking Bad ad for like a new popcorn like snack, but they were like doing like it was like gonna be some kind of reveal for Breaking Bad. I'm like, are they doing another season? Because it's pretty definitively over.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I think I don't.
Maybe I dreamt this. I don't know.
I saw an ad that was.
It was like on YouTube. It was like a Breaking Bad. Like it was Walter White and
then the
Jesse
Tootsie Pop
Pinkman,
bird was there.
But they were
like,
eating like some new popcorn.
You ever see motherfuckers mix in like M&Ms and other like theater candies with their popcorn?
It's good.
I
don't like that. I don't like
that. Dude, M&Ms and popcorn are so goated together.
Well, no, but you keep them separate because you want the sweet and savory loop. You don't want them to like together. Ew.
Just for me, the size of the M&Ms is too small. So when I grab a handful,
they slip out.
The ratio is off.
They slip out and then they melt in my mouth.
I'd rather mix them in my mouth.
Not in my mouth. My dad bought a big bucket of M&Ms.
Just a bucket.
Why? I would think he's one of the guys who's like, I refuse to buy M&Ms.
No,
because they're pussy flavored now.
He actually bought them explicitly to like. He's like, oh, I lure people into my office like this, so he'll have like associates who will come in and be like, ooh, and then they'll pick out a couple of the M&Ms, and then they'll turn around, they'll see he's there, and then they'll talk to him.
He'll turn around.
Apparently, that's the case.
Scary.
So his office is set up such that you can't see him in there from outside, but you can't see the M&Ms.
Yes.
So they walk in.
It's like a steel
trap. People with like 6-figure jobs are like, ooh, M&Ms.
Yeah.
Yummy. Well, now they don't have the mascots anymore.
It's true.
No, the spokes candies.
It's Maya Angelou.
Yeah, we did jump the gun, but now M&Ms are gay as fuck because Maya Angelou's gay.
Yeah, it's not Maya Angelou. It's Maya Rudolph.
Maya Angelou. Who's the one person? Georgia O'Keeffe, who did like the vagina flowers.
Yeah,
sure.
I like that. She's the spokesperson, so all M&Ms just have very...
I mean, it's obviously just going to be like they're going to do some shit during the Super Bowl.
Yeah. It's a Super Bowl like thing, but I like it better if they were like, no, like we actually got backlash.
I hope she goes on stage and kills all of the spokes candies.
I hope Maya Rudolph goes on stage with a revolver, and there's a boy dressed in an M&M costume, and he looks like one of the ones from the ads, and she guns him down in front of everyone.
Gun to the back.
And she turns to the audience. She goes, "Is this what you wanted?
Is this the America we live in?
Is this what you wanted to happen to the new gay M&Ms?"
Yeah.
Crowd goes wild.
Yeah, the crowd's like,
blood for the blood god. I like the idea that she like shoots
that's the halftime show.
Yeah, she shoots the green one in the leg, and it's like limping away, and she's giving it a chance to like get away. It's like, if you get out those doors,
she's
I
giving
won't
it
chase
the
you no
illusion that it could gain freedom.
But then she lets the whole
play
crowd.
In the Super Bowl, Jack?
Who's gonna play in the Super Bowl?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's gonna be the yellow M&M,
the Bengals,
versus the green M&M.
The Bengals.
I don't know. Anyways, the whole football team starts chasing that M&M.
Yeah, and then it eats it live
on the field,
and it eats it like it's like clawing out its insides.
Yeah.
Now back to the break.
Yeah,
and then it has then it cuts to the GoDaddy baby.
Back to Kid Rock singing his new album.
Now we're throwing it over to Kid Rock.
as the blood of M&Ms is still on the stage.
Let's go, Brandon.
He starts doing a performance. You can still hear the blood curdling screams of the M&Ms being murdered. Yeah, I hope that happens.
This sounds fucking awesome.
I might have to watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this sounds like the best Super Bowl ever.
And it's totally gonna go down like that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, if it's not, they're like changing their plans right after hearing this. Like the executives are like, "Wait, do we still have time?"
Why have they never? They've done mini M&Ms. Why haven't they ever done like big M&Ms where like each M&M is the size of like a cheeseburger?
I think that would be pretty hard to eat. It's also like a big piece of chocolate, so it's not really like.
Well, you buy them one at a time.
How about it's a big M&M filled with smaller M&M?
No, I hate when they do the big version of candy and then you open it up and it was just filled with the regular size.
Well, they don't have to be like as regular size.
I want
bigger ones, and it's
I
like
want
a whole
one big
Matryoshka
M&M.
doll.
I want to sit down and eat a burger-sized M&M.
No, you fucking don't.
Yeah,
You
You're
don't
fucking
think I
now
do
that
shit.
now that
No.
Phineas
You've
has
seen the
explained this
amount
to
of
me,
candy
You
I put
wouldn't
down.
eat it.
I would have it once. I might give up partway through, but I'd
You would-
start at it.
I'm sure this is something we could make.
Then I'll puke.
How hard are M&Ms
I've
to
puked
make?
from eating too much before.
M&Ms
not
cannot
above
be that
it.
hard to make.
Okay.
We could probably get a bunch of chocolate, mold it, and then dip it in, and then write a little M in Sharpie on it.
Yeah, but it won't be the same as a certified M&M
Yeah.
product.
That's true. I need
I
to,
need to
I
consume
need to be able to
things.
buy these at 3 a.m. from a convenience
Yeah.
store and say,
I
"Can
need
I
to
get
be
the
like,
M&M
all right, what
burger?"
should I get? Sandwich has protein.
Cheeseburger.
M&M burger.
Gatorade, that'll help the hangover I'm gonna have tomorrow. Big M&M.
Big
I love
ass
getting a
M&M.
drunk driving. I love getting charged with drunk driving as you're eating a big M&M and you're like,
You want a bite, officer?
There's chocolate all over my face.
Officer, I have not
Officer,
had anything.
I'm not drunk. I've just got a crazy sugar rush going on.
I've just got a big M&M.
It's this big
check,
M&M.
check my
It's-
blood sugar levels.
it's-
That's not illegal.
It's doing things to me.
You've got 4 other big M&Ms in the passenger seat. Like you're like, those are for later.
Those are for later tonight.
Right after
The
I
officer
finish
takes
this
you
one.
away, and you're like,
It's like,
"Nah,"
all right, I see what's going on. You can have one.
but just one.
You can have, you can have one of my big M&Ms.
And then the officer is just like, okay, deal. Just get home safe.
Yeah.
And then he takes it, and then
Fuck outta here.
and then you're getting shot by a cop as he's eating a big M&M.
Yeah.
Did you hear that Kanye? He has some hypotheses about George Floyd. He said
Oh
that
yeah.
he said
I
that the
bet
cops
those are fun.
No, he said that the cops injected him with fentanyl to kill him,
Oh.
Oh.
which is a
Interesting
take that
take.
I haven't heard yet. So I thought I'd bring that
See,
up.
when I'm
Well,
talking
the problem
about-
with that is because cops think that fentanyl will instantly kill them if they come anywhere near it, so they would never even think of interacting with fentanyl.
Well, it's
in
not that
way.
cops think that. It's that
No, they
cops
do. They do
do
think
the
that.
drug
Yeah,
that
and
they
that-
confiscate.
Yeah.
And then there's fentanyl in them.
And then they
or they just
pretend.
overdose straight up.
Yeah.
And then they're like, it's because there was fentanyl and we touched it.
Yeah, and then they
It's fucking like boomer moms on Facebook who think that shit kills you right away.
yeah,
Mhm.
that you touch a dollar bill of it. That one girl who's talking about how she touched like a dollar bill
That had been in contact.
that had been in
with fentanyl.
contact with fentanyl, and then she got rushed to the emergency room, and it's like, if we would have gotten you 1 minute later, you would have been dead. And then like the husband said like, "Are you okay?" and touched her hand, and then he also went to the emergency room.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like it's like a zombie plague.
Damn, this fentanyl shit hits hard. We gotta get
Yeah.
our hands on
Yeah,
that.
it really sounds like it wouldn't be worth cutting your drugs with it at all.
Yeah, it just like it only takes a little bit, and you'd probably know if you're
Mass
trying to like pack
murder.
anything or like trying to use if you
If
touch.
it did that, people would die from cutting their drugs with that. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make sense.
It's like, well, it's also something where it's like you would just be fentanyled out the moment that you like touch the drug. It would be like, oh, here's some coke, and then you tried to spread it out, and then you touch the coke, and then you're like, oh, I'm dead now because
Die.
it's cut with fentanyl. But yeah, I do think that's pretty. Cool.
That's an interesting fan theory he's got going on there.
Did you guys see that?
I was scared. I'm okay with that being his take.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of Kanye, someone recording Kanye from their car, and he reaches in their car and grabs their phone and throws it?
Not in that.
But the person in the passenger seat's filming too.
That is, I mean, you know, I the one thing that I can respect him on is like hatred of like fans who are like, can I get a take from you right now? Or like trying to film him and like get stuff. It's like, yeah, if people were doing that to me, I'd also throw their phones.
Hey man, can I get you to sing Graduation for me real quick? It's my graduation.
My graduation day.
Thanks.
They brought him to his graduation.
It's my birthday. I want you to sing Happy Birthday, Mr. Kanye.
They
me.
pretend to be
Thank
his
you.
driver, and then they drive him into the graduation ceremony and say, can you get out and sing graduation for me at my graduation ceremony?
Yeah, man. All right.
And then they take off the hat.
So let's drive Kanye to our old high school during graduation, being like, you can be an honorary graduate.
That would be so weird that like a small ass high school is like, and our honorary graduate for high school, Kanye West.
Yeah.
Like at this point in time, and then they just let him go, and they say, "Tell us what you're thinking, Kanye."
How did you enjoy your time here?
What's your favorite memory
Who's
of
your
school?
Who's your favorite teacher?
Mr. Mayo.
Mr. Mayo. I'm Kanye, and I like Mr. Mayo.
Kanye West.
I'm Kanye West,
I like.
and this is how I sound.
This is how I sound.
Hey guys, it's me.
I've been picking it up from Jordan Peterson.
I've been watching a lot of Jordan Peterson.
Probably has.
Probably.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of fentanyl, have you guys seen, or I sent you guys an interesting rabbit hole that I went down on the Pokemon subreddit, and it was some guy who just said like, I went to a card shop and my son had this card that he pulled, and they were like, that's worth a lot of money. Here's how much it's worth. Like, don't sell that to us. Like, you can probably go get that graded for better money. And they didn't try to like bamboozle him. And that was pretty nice because it was an alt-art.
Nice, wholesome post.
Yeah, it was an alt-art Umbreon VMAX. And then you scroll down into the third thing, and then the third comment, and it just says, stop selling fentanyl. And then you go to his page, and every other post is like new drop, and he's just been selling fentanyl to people on Reddit. I just found it really funny that like he took time out of his day and like he posted the thing about the Pokemon on his fentanyl account.
Drug dealers got to have hobbies too.
But maybe you have like a separate one. Maybe
you have a
drop
separate
one.
account. Yeah.
There's like a drop one.
Maybe
and then
he did.
There's like
he just forgot to switch.
Yeah, he did. He's like, oh shit. Oh no. That's he probably woke up and he's like, stop selling fentanyl. He's like, oh wrong.
How did the cops not get those fuckers, huh?
The ones on Reddit?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. There's usually not like personal details attached to it. And it's also like cops like don't give a shit enough to like take
Small
free
time
time to
bust.
go browse social media. And
they're not like
do that
busting, but that was a subreddit called r/fentanyl, and there was just a bunch of people selling fentanyl on it.
He's
Yeah,
probably
dude, Reddit takes forever.
probably because
to
he
get
is
rid
a
of shit
cop.
like that. There was straight up like just like abuse porn subreddits. There's like there's so much fucked up shit on there. They don't get rid of until all of a sudden advertisers start making a stink. People start talking about it like, all right, nuke it all, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like a fucking week before
Quarantine
they
all
just
these subreddits.
come back up.
No, yeah, and then they just pop back up as like fentanyl 2 or like
Yeah, they do just like fentanyl too.
yeah, and then it's like, all
Fentanyl
right,
too.
this is what we're doing now. You just keep going down the line until you find one that's not locked, and you're like, cool, now I can buy fentanyl on Reddit, which is cool. I think more things should be like that. But
Morphing.
The good thing about buying fentanyl is like, what are you worried about it being cut with?
yeah, that's true. It's just like, I know exactly what's going on here.
I'm worried about it being cut with cocaine.
I'm worried that I'm going to be having
goddamn
kind of a good time
I'm enjoying myself instead of dying.
instead of dying horribly.
Well, you can do a little bit of fentanyl.
And would it be fun?
Probably if you're deep into the drugs.
Yeah, that's probably
up.
is probably one
Is
of
it an
those.
opiate?
Yeah, I believe it's similar to heroin,
Or
but
it's
just a
a
lot stronger.
methyl group?
That is probably not one of those drugs that you just start out on. That's not one of those drugs
No,
where
yeah,
it's like,
probably
I did a
not.
weed, and then they're like, have you tried fentanyl? And it's like,
Would doing fentanyl as like your first drug ever kill you?
nah, you'd be
Depends
good. You'd
how much
build
you
up
did,
an
probably.
immunity to it. 'Cause
Not
your body's
if you
like,
had
this is...
Narcan, you'd be okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Just be as high as you want.
What makes Narcan such a good catch-all, like fucking anti-overdose?
I have no idea. We need
I just
we
find
need
that
Tage
interesting.
here.
I think it just like flushes your system. I know that much.
Well, but how?
It's a toilet.
Well,
Have you ever seen a Narcan?
It puts in
Oh,
Narcan.
shit.
It's like a little Kirby goes into you and
Yeah.
sucks it all up.
Yeah, I was gonna say that they put a little thing on the side that's like the toilet handle, and then they pull it, and then you just shit out all your drugs.
That should be in a Kirby game where One of Kirby's
Shit.
one of
does
Kirby
Kirby's
does need to
friend,
start shitting.
one of Kirby's friends is overdosing, so they shrink him down with magic and inject him in there, and then you're in a bloodstream level where you gotta suck up all the bad stuff.
I do like that.
Mhm.
I do like that, and I do like a little shrinking, guys.
Kirby does need to develop like a method of pooping out the things he eats in his.
He does. He spits them out.
Well, he
and
spits them. He doesn't
stars.
poop them.
Well, no, he stars them out. Yeah,
He stars them
because
out.
What
you
is
know
that?
when you like eat a guy, so you can get a guy in Smash Bros. And you can
Yeah,
get him,
you
and then you
you
can
spit
spit him
him
out.
out.
But you can also
That's spitting.
you can also
again.
press down, and then he just like squanches up and then turns into you.
Yeah.
But there's a little star that comes out of his asshole.
That is
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the extra stuff they didn't need to transform.
Mm.
Yeah,
Wow.
which is just you
I want that mechanic developed a bit further.
Yeah.
Okay.
pooping. Oh yeah, like what happens? Like what powers do the poops have?
Why isn't there a game exploring Kirby's insides and the mechanics of that? You know,
Do you think they'd make it?
Kirby does
really-
a self-consume and he eats himself.
Yeah. What if Kirby gets on his back and grabs his foot and brings it towards his mouth and sucks in?
Well, why
Yeah.
isn't there a game that we see Kirby's feet more clearly?
Huh?
I think his feet are just little nubs.
No, but we see his little toes as well. Or he takes those off.
Does he
Takes
have
those
socks
off,
on?
and then he's like, "I've got
But
big stinky toes."
Do we know that he's even
They're
got
very
toes under there?
stinky.
Maybe we've seen all there is to see.
No, we have because
Okay.
Kirby's got-
Kirby in the last one. I play it all the time just to make sure I didn't miss that. But like
There is
Kirby in the
there is
last
a
one,
singular frame.
yeah,
where
he turns to the camera
he's
and he
falling
says,
down a chasm and his shoes falling off. And you can see his little toes.
and they look stinky. And
They
Kirby's
look-
like,
yeah.
"Oh, you saw my
Very
really."
suckable.
And they've been in those shoes for so long that they're just so stinky.
What use does a pink blob have for clothes?
For clothes, he doesn't wear clothes.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Well, he's
That's
saying
why he
he's
doesn't wear
wearing
them.
shoes.
No, but they're also part.
Those are more of an accessory to him,
Okay.
not
Yeah.
so much clothes.
You not call shoes clothes? I guess not.
No.
No, Kirby's strong.
If someone said, "I'm going to go buy some clothes," and they came back with a pair of shoes,
yeah.
I'd beat their fucking ass.
And they deserve it.
They'd have it fucking coming.
Don't you
Makes
dare! I love the idea that they're coming back and they're like, "I got clothes."
I don't
Just,
fucking see
like,
any.
dead.
Bought a pair of clothes.
Like no, just like deadpan. You just walk up to them, you put down whatever you're doing, you just start hammering them,
Lead with a fucking haymaker.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Knock them on the ground.
and then you just get on top of them and just start punching until it's like they can't make coherent sentences
Yeah.
for the rest of their fucking life.
Absolutely.
Just chill
Um,
out, bro.
They won't make that mistake again.
let's see.
He's not gonna be in Kirby in the Forgotten Dreamland too.
My friend who I beat to a pulp is not going to be in Kirby too.
Let's get a new topic out. Let's
Okay.
pull up the list.
Shut up.
Jackson. So let's see what we have. We've got.
Why does Jackson always get a pick?
here?
You suck.
You
at
get to pick this
picking
time.
the
Because he's
topic.
closer on the couch.
No, yeah,
I
it really
understand.
is.
All right. Young kids staying in old folks' homes.
Oh,
Let's
so
talk
there's a
about
new
that.
trend on TikTok of people who like.
There's a trend.
Well, it's like there's like multiple people that I've seen who will like buy an old folks home like rent, or like their parents will rent them out for it probably, but they're like college kids who are like,
You're
stay-
allowed to do that.
I guess like they all like, or there was one person. It's like, are you allowed to do that? And she's like, yeah. And
Cool.
so I guess they
Badass.
are, but they just get to stay in this old folks home, and people like. They just don't get checked up on as much, but they just get all like
They
this-
get checked in on at all.
Yeah,
doing
they still gotta have a guy
Yeah.
wander into their
I
room.
feel
every
like
so
you would
often.
have
I guess there are like little community events. So they're probably just like, hey, I guess, do you want to come play
You fucking weirdo.
fucking
No, come play
Scrabble in the
bingo?
common area?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, Mrs. Benjamin Button in here.
Yeah.
Staying in the old.
No, but
Yeah,
like-
there's got to be some like fucking jabs taken by the people.
Oh, yeah.
who
Oh,
if I'm a
God,
staffer
yeah.
there, oh my god, you're getting so much shit.
They would have
Yeah.
made it. They would have made a TikTok complaining about that, where it's like people make fun of me online, but they're making fun of me in real life too.
The staffers call me Mrs. Benjamin Button constantly.
Yeah, no, but it is like it was just bizarre to see that, and they say like, "Oh, I love it so much. Everyone's so nice," and like They say, "Oh, it's so nice," because they're always on the
Did
spot
they
with
fuck
Bro,
the old
folks'
people?
home smells so bad.
I know.
Why would you?
They
wanna-
smell like
Ugh.
death.
Did they fuck the old people? Because I know the old
The
people
old,
fuck
the old
a lot.
people
So,
are fucking there. Yeah.
Yeah.
so does the young lady fuck the old?
I mean,
old people?
I hope so. I hope so for her sake. She gets some experience.
I hope they all sexually harass her.
that's what I was. That seems more likely.
Yeah.
All the old guys are definitely.
I would just want her
Going
to pick
around.
up all their racist names for different races. I would want them to.
She's becoming a lexicon of all old people
Yeah,
knowledge.
She's the Library of Alexandria for old people now, because we were trying to just let that die, but she's like, no, we have to get.
No, I'm here to
Imagine
preserve their culture.
living like 70 fucking years on this shitty planet, and you're in an old folks' home because your family's like, it's just we can't take
Damn,
care
you're
of
going
you.
to the old folks home at 70? That
I don't
sucks.
fucking know. 80, whatever. 80.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have early onset Alzheimer's or some
Yeah.
shit, and then there's just some kid there making a TikTok.
yeah, and you can hear them from the other.
You're eating rice porridge. You don't know what's going on.
And then the kid,
They're
you can
doing
hear
a
them-
dance slowly because they speed it up later to make it look more crisp. What? the
Yeah,
fuck?
and they're like answering questions about the old folks' home, and you're like, what the God fucking damn it. And it's not, she doesn't really show off because she says, I
You're
have a
not
lot
sure if it's your child or not. 'cause
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, because you
So you
keep.
take the risk and ask anyway.
Yeah, no, but like with her, it was like she keeps saying, or there's really only been like one person who's famous on TikTok for doing this.
Yeah, that seems like.
But
Yeah,
now that
it
she's,
doesn't sound like it'd be like.
but
a
now that
super
she's like a big
popular
deal,
trend.
I bet people are gonna try to do that at least for like a year. But
No,
like,
People are gonna fake it. People are
Yeah.
gonna like visit some family they have there and be like, "All right, can you step out of the room for a minute?"
Yeah.
And be like, "Here's
I
my new
live-
place."
I live in an
Yeah,
old
he's
folks'
got
home.
he's
Yeah.
got like the heartbeat monitor in
Yeah.
the room,
I-
IV drip.
Yeah, I just have these as accessories because I
It
thought
just
they
really fits the aesthetic.
Yeah, I thought they looked cool, so I took them from the. No, that would even be funnier if she actually had those, and she's like, "I thought they looked cool, so I took them from the like medical area."
IV drips are handy. You can stay hydrated without having to
Yeah,
do anything.
I should
Put
really
wine in
do
there?
one while I'm gaming.
Yeah,
Just an IV
Yeah,
drip in
and
my
throw some
arm.
wine in there.
that'd be something for
Mm.
like hardcore like MMO players or like League of Legends. Streamers,
hardcore MMO players.
That would be a good gimmick for a streamer to do
Yeah,
on a stream.
an
Is like
IV
set up
drip.
an IV.
Or
drip.
no, even more than that. I'm saying like hardcore MMO players. That's kind of the perfect place for them because they'd be like, "I shat myself again," and while they're like on the computer, the staff has to come in and clean up their ass.
Yeah, you're wealthy enough you can go to the gaming like hospice center.
And it's the same thing. It's just got like hardcore gamers, and they've just got like IV drips, and it's like time to take your like your multivitamins because you never go outside. He's like, okay, and then they
Okay.
like feed them to you, and then
Give you a glass of water, like here you go, sip up,
yeah, a glass of Mountain Dew.
and they give you sponge baths while you're sitting in your
Yeah,
gamer chair.
I'd love for someone to give me a sponge bath.
I would not.
I
I just
wouldn't like that at all.
I think
I love to watch them why they had to do it and tell them
They had
tell
to
them where like go
sponge my
over
ass.
go over that
yeah,
spot
you
one more
missed a
time.
spot. No, you just say you missed a spot and don't tell them where.
You missed a spot.
Keep going.
Can you guess where?
Where, Mr. Phineas?
You know
You know.
my head.
No, I don't know.
And
Then I
my-
guess you're gonna have to do it all again.
we're doing this from the top until you get it right.
Until you get the spot you
No,
missed.
I'm just gonna leave now.
You can't do that.
And you're not getting paid.
I locked the door.
You don't
Yeah.
pay me.
Oh yeah, the old person. So like whoever owns the old person home, they eventually get old themselves, but they still have like an ownership of that. And they're like, "You missed a spot." And they're like, I'm not comfortable washing my boss's asshole." It's like, well, you're not getting
Well, I'm
your
not comfortable having shit in my ass.
Yeah, that would be cool. I'm not. I ain't comfortable having. shit
I'm
in
never
my ass.
comfortable with that.
Let's see.
That's
There's a
why
guy.
you need him to sponge it out.
It's been kind of a TikTok.
Is that
week
what
for
you
me.
do to clean up somebody's asshole?
It's not just Cold Stones. You honestly can just walk into anywhere and just work there. If they ask who you are, you just tell them that you work there and they'll believe you and you can just do whatever you want. Technically, I've been self-employed.
So there's a trend on TikTok that is this guy he goes into different locations and says you can just walk into anywhere and pretend that you work there. And he just goes in and makes himself an ice cream cone in this Dairy Queen.
I fucking believe it, man.
That just fucking walks out. Which honestly,
I get that at the. I feel that way at the bar sometimes when I just like am wearing like normal clothes because I'm working at the back bar.
Yeah.
And I just like walk behind the main bar, just like rush in there because I'm trying to grab some stuff. Yeah, like what's to stop somebody from doing that? Because the guys behind the main bar are like busy with other shit most of the time. So if they're not looking directly at you, they're not really seeing
think
who
they'd
you are.
Notice if someone.
They would
didn't
eventually
work there.
notice.
yeah, but you could get an ice cream cone from a Dairy Queen.
I bet that guy works there.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying that like this is like a funny thing that I'm seeing where people are just like, this is a cool life hack, which is just stealing.
Yeah,
just because he's like.
But I mean, I don't know. I'm always hesitant to even
Just wear like a polo
like
shirt.
It's
and,
just
like,
outrage
Yeah.
bait. It's like those videos where they make like the horrible looking food, and then some person going like, "Wow, doesn't that look good?" When it looks like shit. It's just like they know what they're doing.
That's
just to
true.
they
I
know
guess I'm not
engaged
getting
in
enough. I just kind of went down the rabbit hole of TikTok and YouTube Shorts this week, so it was like
It's just all about generating a reaction now.
yeah, I'm seeing all of the stuff for the first time. But I like that. I like the idea of just going and stealing, but like at higher and higher level places.
Yeah.
So you go into like a Ferrari dealership and just like act like act like you're supposed to be there, and then you
taking
just,
one of the cars out for a test drive.
they're like, "Who are you?"
I work here.
Well, you got to do it somewhere where it's like something not so expensive that they'd actually follow up once they realize what happened.
Yeah,
Like a Dairy Queen ice cream cone, they're not going to call the cops and be like, get our ice cream back.
yeah, they're not even gonna notice.
Yeah.
I like that though.
They should do that.
Yeah, they should.
Well,
I
wanna be
would, but they're cowards.
I like the idea.
You're
of,
gonna be an ice cream candy detective. You're gonna hunt down missing and lost.
Yeah.
I like
candy
the
and
idea
ice
of
cream.
having like a parabola of like intensity on like crimes. So it's like, oh, you know, if you're like a murderer, you get like a life sentence or they kill you. But like we also mirror that to like if you steal, like the less amount that you steal, the more it can charge you with. So it's like if you steal something that's like a cent, we'll kill you.
Damn.
But if you steal something that's like a
Sounds
Burger
like
King,
the American criminal justice system, Jack.
yeah, that sounds like the American criminal justice system for
That sounds exactly like it.
all of our brothers.
It's true.
Our brothers.
Jack, why is
Do the one about the Tootsie Pop owl.
Oh yeah.
Why, you had something about
I
that.
bet the
Pretty
Tootsie
good.
Pop owl gives awful head
Why?
there's a bird?
because he just
Yeah.
yeah, and he also
He's a fucking bird. dog.
Yeah, so, like-
well, no, it's because he starts looking and then he gets
then he
up, he takes
bites
a
it
big
off.
old bite.
yeah, but it's also like
True.
best case scenario he keeps just licking your dick, which is like, what are you? No, like that's not great.
Do you?
Well,
That's not a great start.
Let's see you eat a Tootsie Pop. Do you start sucking it sensuously? What do you expect him to do with a Tootsie Pop?
Yeah, I do.
well, how do you receive a blowjob? What's the most common
I'm getting
way?
two different questions.
What's the
here.
common way for the blowjob to be received by you?
No, I'm just saying that they like. I guess they like lick it and then they like go in, but it's like for that.
Okay,
I guess that's
you
the
gotta
same thing.
describe that a bit better. Go in.
They suck my dick with their mouth. What do you want?
Which
But how do
parts
they
of
do
their mouth?
Which part?
And what role are you taking in all of this?
I ain't doing shit at this moment in time.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, I'm gonna next time I get my dick sucked, I'm gonna pretend like I'm on a roller coaster, and if they do anything to change, I'll be like, "Whoa!" and I'll like lean to the side. That I like, and I'm sure they like it too.
What if
I enjoy that,
a
yeah.
girl was touching your willy and she started pretending it was a gear shifter in a car?
Like
Yeah,
that,
or-
that'd be very funny.
No, she
Like,
pretends.
oh, now we gotta go in reverse. She pulls your dick back.
No, but it's like a six speed, so she's like hitting it back
Yeah.
and forth
Oh, shit.
constantly. She's like,
Really shifting gears.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm in a lot of pain, but I want to see where this goes.
And then she steps on the balls.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna
accelerator.
go ahead and yes and this. I start making car noises.
Yeah, but the balls are the accelerator and the clutch. respectively.
Yeah.
So she steps on him, but you're still yes-anding it. So you're like, "Arr! Arr!
Brush
Times,
my
times."
cock with the rock, you must.
How'd Yoda get here?
Oh, it's Yoda.
Yoda's
It's
famous
Yoda.
for
Hello, Yoda. How you doing?
Yeah, there's the cock and ball torture memes with Yoda.
cock
Yeah.
and ball
true.
torture.
Is anyone gonna? Yes, yeah, I am Yoda.
Cock and ball
ask me
torture. I
questions.
love.
Ask me questions to continue this bit. You
Shut
must.
the fuck up, pussy bitch.
Oh, hey Yoda. What's your favorite cereal?
Yoda talks like this. I love cock and ball torture.
Cock and bull torture.
Wookiee Chewbacca talks like this.
This is a hack 90s comedian in the
It's not
Star
even
Wars.
90s.
Star
We're
Wars
90s
universe.
comedians just
More like,
saying,
I guess more like 2000s maybe.
This is like Wikipedia. This is like you say, oh,
No, but I'm saying it's the like white people like this, black people like
Oh,
this, but in
yeah.
the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bit. I understand the bit.
yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
okay. I understand the bit.
Do you think you can call them sand people in Star Wars land?
Tusker Raiders talk like this.
I mean, the amount of like problematic terminology that's commonplace in the Star Wars universe just must be such a headache to get through.
Yeah,
Because there's so many things to be racist towards.
there probably is something where someone went.
I just called them things. That was fucking.
There probably is
Alien.
something where it's like you go to a planet and then you call someone something and it's like, no, that's an actual race that exists, but that's a slur for my race. And it's like,
Probably,
but they
yeah.
just like grew up like kind of separate from each other, and then they like went to Coruscant, and then they were like going to college together, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'm a blank, and it's just like, that's a
Whoa,
slur,
man.
that's a fucking slur.
No, that's what we're
God.
called.
No, that's what we're called.
I'm so glad I don't live in Star Wars.
I would be the most racist.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, you drop a normal guy into Star Wars.
I'd use the Force to come
Ooh.
up with new slurs.
Yeah, they came to me in a force vision.
I don't know how I'd do that, but I'd figure a way.
That's what one of the Darth guys
Yeah,
does.
and he can
One of
just-
the-
That's
That's
one of
George
the-
Lucas's wet dream is
Yeah.
being dropped in the Star Wars universe and all the horrible things he'd call them all.
Yeah, and then he'd use the Force to disseminate that amongst the populace. Slurs.
Mhm. He'd have the most midichlorians.
He would. No, I would. And then I would have a Padme, but
But
she
I would have even
You would
more
have
than
a
Jack.
Padme.
I would have
and
a
I would
Padme.
have 3 Padme.
I would have 5,
You
and they
would
would all
have
love
5.
me and
Wait,
only
what?
me.
Are they clones?
I
of
fucked
Padme?
I fucked them all, and then they're like, I will never be able to be
He
satisfied by
fucked
another
them all,
man.
but I fucked him first, and then after he fucked him, I kept fucking him, and he never fucked him again.
No, but they're not satisfied by what.
But they were
They're
incredibly
never. They can
satisfied.
never be satisfied by another man again after having my Force cock.
Oh, you're okay.
All right.
Duh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Padme talk like this.
And
Ooh, fuck
Yeah,
me,
I-
fuck me, Jack.
I know
fuck me. Oh, but Phineas's penis is so much better.
no, it's
Yeah,
no, it's
yeah,
not.
that is
No,
what
the
I'm talking
penis is not. His penis is not much better. You will only be satisfied by my penis from here on
Oh,
out.
he's-
Padme number 4.
Yeah, they shouldn't show.
Oh,
more
dude, you have
fucked
to
up
force brainwash women to get into like your penis. Oh.
ooh.
Ooh, you
Boo.
suck. You lose. You lose this battle.
Anyways, this is the plot to Star Wars 10 that Lucasfilm has contracted us to make.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That spiteful shit about a big Star Wars paycheck
Oh,
we
yeah.
were talking about earlier.
That's us.
Not a hypothetical.
yeah, and we're going to be
We're all
we're
co-directing.
going to be
It's
playing ourselves.
Just about us all playing ourselves and fucking as many. There's a bunch of
And
different
Natalie
versions.
Portman. I'm
Like,
not-
Into the
say-
Spider-Verse, there's all the Spider-Mans, just different Padmes.
Yeah.
And they all want our dick.
and we haven't announced this
We have a
yet
battle
because
to see who's the best at fucking them.
and we haven't announced this yet because Natalie Portman is not on board.
We haven't
not
got
here yet.
Natalie Portman.
We're working on the CG replacement.
But they
Yeah.
do have the rights to the Padme character, so they are going to use CGI.
And Keira Knightley has stated that she's interested. interested.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that yet.
What she look like?
I wasn't CC'd on that.
You were CC'd on that email from Lucasfilm. Yeah. It went straight to brownbrickspodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, that's important.
So if you want to get us,
Yeah.
if you want to get an email seen by me, and then I'll read it out.
If you want us to CC you the email about us fucking Keira Knightley being CGI'd to look more like Natalie Portman,
and then force
and
mind
then Jack
wonder.
force having sex with her, not force.
No,
but
like
you, the
like
force.
I use the force
But
to make
force-
it so
Force
much better.
brainwashed which is almost the same.
Well, no,
thing.
but it's like she's not like unhappy with fucking.
Oh,
I'm just making
because
it
you
like
force brainwash.
you know those
her.
things in the hypnosis where they're like, oh,
Look,
your
every
sensitivity-
character needs an arc. That's where the heart of the story comes from. Is Jack realizing that he shouldn't brainwash women and
Yeah.
having sex with them.
I should just fuck him.
And it's like it's
good.
a fucking journey getting him to realize that.
That's the
It does
entire
not come
trilogy.
easy to him.
It takes the whole trilogy to get there. So it's like,
takes the whole trilogy,
Yeah,
yeah.
they gave us a whole trilogy to play around with, but this is all it is.
Yeah.
I imagine
Jack really is in his villain era.
Yeah, I am. Between putting sugar in gas cans.
What's your Star Wars name?
A jock,
Nice.
a brown brick.
Phineas
Jack, a brown
Phineas
brick.
Skywalker,
Okay.
his
Phineas-
bastard son.
kinda-
Also a rapist. I like, yeah, we have. It's like you gotta have a Skywalker in there. It's like, well, he's not gonna like. It's like, and you gotta have like lightsaber fights, and then the only lightsaber fights we have are for like a little bit, and we're like, nah, I'm tired.
We
from
definitely just hold him between our legs and go, imagine if this was my cock.
that. And then Padmé is like, please don't come.
It's like,
close.
come on, guys. It's like, all right. And we turn off our lightsabers, and there's no more lightsabers in the rest of the movie.
This is a prequel film.
No, it's kind of in medias res. Like we have a couple of flashbacks as to like how we were raised, because we were both.
It's
we were
very
both, like,
confusing.
We're
time
we're,
period.
we're
We
some
were-
of the Padawans that
Yeah.
escaped the Jedi Temple and
No,
just
so,
didn't
like,
really get a proper training.
Ray's
Yeah.
now training some people, but it's just me and Phineas who are force sensitive at this point. And then we're like, imagine if we could use
Yeah, the
these
biggest
powers to-
dickheads in the universe.
Yeah.
are force
Yeah. And
sensitive.
then she's like, but there's no one else in the world. So she tries to train us in the Jedi ways, but it's like, could you use these powers to like fuck real good?
Yeah.
And then we fuck Ray, our teacher.
Wow.
I go first, and then out of pity, she's like, all right, Jack, you can go too.
No, I go first, and then out of pity, she does that for you, and she's like, but it's not as good as Jack. We've got
And
like.
then I'm the son of Jet Dexter
This
from,
movie- this
from
movie's
the
gonna
prequel,
die.
the big forearm.
This movie's going to die
guy.
in production hell because Jack and I are going to keep disagreeing about who gets
I want to be,
fuck the different characters in the movie
Who gets
first.
to like it?
but I'm the son of the big four-armed guy who owns the diner in the prequels.
What's your
Oh, yeah.
deal? What do
He
you
doesn't
he-
fuck. He's just
No, dude, that guy fucks, dude. He's
Yeah.
a big fat guy with four arms. He picks women up and slams them down on his cock with all four
after
of
we
his
get done with
big
our
ass
Jedi
arms.
training, we come to you and say,
Yeah.
"Can we use?" Because Ray didn't know anything about fucking.
And you
'Cause-
guys give me 4 lightsabers to use.
Because yeah, you thought she was gonna get dick
And
from Kylo.
I'm like a fleshy General Grievous almost.
yeah. Oh, and then you've got dicks in your hands and you're spinning them.
yeah, because you're
Yeah.
gay. You're
Yeah,
jacking off
you're right.
dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But-
as
but
as
being-
director and head writer, you have to
Hey,
be gay
hey,
now.
but being gay in my alien
Yeah.
species means I'm straight and I fuck women.
But you have to
No.
also
Yeah.
no, but
That's
you have
what it
to make
means.
a
No.
if
That's
he's
what it
gonna be
means.
if he's gonna be spinning the dicks around, we have to be able to CGI that out easily and make them vaginas for China.
For China.
That was one of the stipulations that Disney
Yeah,
had.
no.
We
They-
got some notes. They're like loving it, guys. But a couple of notes. We got to make it sure that
and they're gonna CGI Jack to be Chinese and have a smaller penis.
no, it's gonna be much larger. I mean, it's gonna be
it's for China, so he'll be Chinese and have a larger penis.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we actually just approached them and we were like, yeah, so we know it didn't go too well last time. And we know the main reason is because Finn was in the movie and you guys want to sell it to China. We got something that we think China's going to love sex scenes.
Mhm.
And they're like, you're hired.
Notorious.
But Finn's going to come back and he's going to finally get Ray, lay some pipe with Ray.
Thanks, bro.
He's giving you one sex.
You'll-
No,
you'll-
not you, Finn.
Finn.
Yeah, we make that thing, and then we're like, and then in one of the things,
He's in this movie.
he comes back in the middle one because we have to we're bringing back old legacy characters slowly but surely.
The characters everyone wanted to see the sequel trilogy cast.
Yeah, and then we bring him back, and then we just let him lay pipe, and then he's like, "Good job, man."
Nice.
Because remember, he had that tweet where he's like, "It's not about who about who kisses on screen first. It's about who lays pipe first," implying that he fucked Ray.
Yeah, it's canon now.
Yeah.
I take that as canon. That
I mean,
between
it kind of has to be
episode fucking 7 and 8.
Yeah, they laid pipe, and then he gets to do it again and confirm on screen.
Mm-hmm. We're really carrying the legacy of Rian Johnson on.
No, we got you, bro. We got you, Ryan.
Da, 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 da.
All right.
Star Wars.
Well, this has been
Star Wars.
Hey, at least it wasn't Pokemon.
At least it wasn't Lopunny. Wait, hold on.
No,
Take your
let's
time.
not get into
All
it.
right.
But